Welcome back to Inuyasha Anime Review Part 3. This I'm reviewing episodes 19 and 27. Yeah, this finishes up Season 1, these last 9 episodes. 19 and 21 is simply put 2 through 4 of the 4-parter I mentioned last time. I kind of think it's a 4-parter because, well, they kind of dealt with the main villain's backstory a bit. Yep. Now, in the case of the first part, well, the first of these episodes we'll cover, yeah, picks up where episode 18 left off with Kagome saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to aim right for your heart." And, well, she aims for it, doesn't really hit it, but she does shatter part of his armor. And Shimmer was like, "Yeah, I'm leaving." And Jocko's like, "No problem, I agree." It's like, nothing else he can do, plus the arm basically, and plus also he lost. Of course, Inuyasha got back the Tensaiga, his own sword, and he fell unconscious. Oh yeah, and also, Shimmer also took time during the fight to basically shove his hand right through Inuyasha, which makes it the first time in the series he actually got seriously injured. Won't be the only time he freaking gets injured of almost the entire series. And still recovering his wounds, he then decides to do something really, really stupid. I think anybody who watches the series knows, yeah, Inuyasha is an idiot for doing this. Like, you still need this damn woman, and yet you decide to do something really stupid. You basically kind of walk her to the bone ear as well, hug her, says, "I had to protect you," takes her shards of the Shukan Jewel, and then shoves her back in the well, forcing her back to present day. Oh, the protector! Despite the fact this actually makes him weaker. Yep, and she's stuck in present day until 21. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, does he get punished for this? Nope, he doesn't get punished for this at all. It's one of the most strangest things. Oh yeah, and over the course of these 2 episodes, by the time she comes back in episode 21, at least 3 days have passed by. Yes, 3 days. And normally she goes to the past on the weekends. Yep, so, stuck in the present. Oh yeah, now after Inuyasha shoved the present, he basically took a frickin' tree and shoved it down the frickin' well. Why? Just because it can. Also, for some reason, despite the fact last time Kagome was down there, that the last time she went through this well, when it was last seen at the bottom, the bones of Mr. Centipede was seen down there. Apparently, they have disintegrated. What happened to them? My guess is they must have got eaten up by basically a bone ear as well. It's possible. They don't really say anything about it. It just, you see it briefly in episode 3, and then you don't see it again. At all. Nope. So yeah, Kagome tries a couple times to go back to present, to go back to past. Nope, she's stuck and she does not know why. So basically, while Inuyasha is recovering his wounds, he basically tries to figure out everything he can about Naraku. And, of course, he has a conversation with Naraku. First time in the series he encounters him, though he basically withdraws after this encounter. He finds out, though, Naraku used to be a bandit named, I think his name was Arukara, It was Origimo. Yes, he used to be this particular bandit who had a thing for Kikyo. The way he's described the series, he lusted for her. I'm not kidding, he seriously did. Yeah, this wounded guy has had a thing for her. And, yeah, so they go to the cave where he was, and apparently when they get there, like, there's an area where he laid, and there's no grass around it. The reason? Because there's a demon there. Yep. And later on, they encountered a gigantic wolf demon. No, this is not related to a different character that pops up in the next season. No, this is completely unrelated. He basically is a forest guardian who shoots wolves out of his mouth. Oh yeah, and here's the thing about this guy. He has a shard of the Shukan Jewel. Yep, he has a shard of it. And they pretty much spend a lot of the time battling him. Of course, Inuyasha is basically recovering his wounds. Eventually, of course, he's free. Of course, after his first battle with him, he gets basically tied up, put in a shed, until he heals his wound up. And then, of course, well, at one point, the shard thing falls out of his coat, and Shippo picks him up, runs over to the well, and basically brings back Kagome. First, he sends it to Shukan Jewel, doesn't detect it. That goes on her date she went on. Yeah, she was actually asked on a date by a guy who has a crush on her. Yeah, I think it was Hajo, I think his name is. Yeah, Hajo. And she basically leaves in the middle of the date because she has to go back to feudal era. Because she texts her, she goes back, still wearing the outfit, not wearing her school uniform, because normally when she goes to the past, she's wearing her school uniform. Yeah, why she doesn't wear anything else, I have no idea. It's one of the most strangest things related to Kagome the whole series. It's like her school uniform is the only outfit she wears the entire series. But that's Kagome for you. Yep. She gets to the past, reunite with Inuyasha. Of course, they do defeat the Forest Guardian. Naraka takes back his shard. Of course, Inuyasha and Morocco get a chance to encounter him and actually fight him. At one point, his monkey suit is actually removed, and you don't see his face. Yes, they don't reveal what his face looks like until the very next set of episodes. Yep, but I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, has his first full encounter with them, and he looked like he dressed very handsomely for a guy. Hides his face for some reason. Yeah, my guess is they probably don't want to show his face just yet. They probably keep it hidden. It happens as a surprise, which they do, kind of in a ways. Yes, and then Kagome basically reunites with Inuyasha, and she doesn't punish him for forcing her back into her own era. I would think she would. Nope, she doesn't. And then the very next episode, right after this one, right after this particular four-parter is concluded, we have a two-parter. The return of Kikyo. Yep, she comes back. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's revealed how she survived. She apparently fell into a river, found by some kids, and she basically acts like her normal self, basically acts like a stream princess. Yeah, there's a monk, a traveling monk who thinks she's a demon, for some reason. I have no idea why. But yeah, that's, for some reason, I think she's a demon because she's not of this, she's basically a cold person. She's a revived dead, basically kind of a zombie. And you don't bother to check. Nope. Oh yeah, and also it's revealed she's actually taking the souls of dead women. Why? Because Kagome took a lot of her spirit when she came back, or it's kind of a weird thing, though. This two-parter is meant to be a follow-up to episodes 14 and 15. That's really the whole point of this two-parter, is a follow-up to that. The demon, the brought back, she's referencing here, but in case you wonder, does she make friends? No. For very good reason. She's dead because Kikyo killed her. Like, the first thing she killed right after she was revived. Yep, and Kikyo wanted to, her plan was this, not only to take the souls, but also trick Inuyasha to help for betraying her, despite the fact that Kagome revealed to her that, yeah, he had nothing to do with it. It was all in the Raku. Yep. And, oh yeah, I kind of forgot this portion. Like, after she disappears from Inuyasha, and of course Kagome gets mad because of stuff he says. Yeah, he says that he can't stop thinking about her. Yeah, and apparently Kagome basically saw the whole thing. Even saw Kikyo kiss Inuyasha on the lips. Yep. And then once she got freed and Kikyo disappeared, she walked off. Inuyasha basically gets like, what the heck did I do? And then she says, Inuyasha, sit. And basically plouts and basically creates a hole in the ground where he lays, like, and Morocco comes like, hey, this shape is familiar. Yeah, it's like Kagome must be nearby. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go home. And she kind of does, but she really doesn't. And then she tells him to sit again. Yep, great two-parter. 24 is the debut of Shogo, along with her brother, her father, and her adorable cat demon. Kalala, I think her name is. And of course, in this particular three set episodes, 24 to 26, this pretty much is not only her debut, but also tells the backstory of the jewel of the series. Yes, because her village is where the jewel was created. Interesting. Of course, Shogo makes her debut in the first episode, and she's seen basically killing a centipede demon, and takes the shard of Shukan jewel as payment. Yep. Then she goes home, they take the jewel home, maybe get purified, and then they're called to a great lord's castle, which apparently is not that far from our village, and they basically take a good number of the demon slayers with them. Why it's basically Naraku. Yeah, he's behind this particular plot of this particular three-parter. Yeah, in case you're wondering, the last set of episodes, he had nothing to do with that at all. Nope. It was all Kikyo. This time it's all Naraku. Yeah, it sets up basically something that will happen in the very next season of the series. Yep, and they fight the Spider Demon, defeat it, and then they're about to take off his head. Then Kulhathu, Shogo's little brother, who is actually 11, by the way. Yeah, he's 11 years old. Shogo, I think, is about 15, 16 years old. And then Kodo basically betrays his father in his group. And this is not actually a betrayal. He's actually being brainwashed via a string from the demon lord, from the feudal lord, who is revealed to be the actual demon. Because Shogo points out, though, this is way too easy. Yeah, and then pretty much like they get wounded, and then of course he orders them killed, and then not long after this, his son comes out, kills him, and he says, "Yeah, I know something wrong with him." Like, and of course, well, his subordinate's like, "You just killed your father." He's like, "No, I killed the demon. I know something wrong with him for quite some time, but now I know he's possessed by a demon." And he says, "Okay, so I'm sad to see these demon slayers go, and just bury them." And Shogo digs up out of the grave, and apparently the young lord sees this, and he tends her wounds, and then Naraku comes up. Naraku, quotation mark. Yes, I'll get to that in a minute. And he basically sort of lies and reveals that, of course, right after her group was killed, a group of 100 demons basically went to her village and massacred the whole thing. Yes, men, women, children, ever got killed. And I'm so happy the anime did not show this, because this would have been absolutely disgusting to show in anime. I mean, it's one thing to show men and women get killed, but children, that would have been drawing a line, even for this series. And thank God they didn't show. They show the bodies later. Like, the children see very briefly, get maybe like 2 seconds of it. That's it. I think it's like 1, but it's not like a little baby per se. His kids look like 10, 12 years old. It's a terrible sight to see. And when the Inuyasha group basically arrive at the place, they come in the aftermath of the massacre, and they do the sensible thing. They give all people who died in the village a burial. Every single one of them. And, of course, you have Moroku, who digs all the graves, because he's a monk. He's probably expert at doing this. They bury them, give a prayer, flowers, and then, of course, Shogo, who basically is being lied to by Noroku about this, thinks that apparently Inuyasha was responsible for this, even though he had nothing to do with this. He had just arrived. And it's like, I was hoping to figure out more about the Shokan Jewel while I was here. Nope. Yeah, that she attacks him. And eventually, it's revealed, though, that she's still wounded. And the jewel was basically suppressing her pain. So she spends the next, episode. And, of course, then she just, then they take on a Naraku, and they take off his head like, oh no, this is not actually him, it's actually a puppet. And this is not revealed by Inuyasha, or Moroku, or Kagome. It's Shogo who reveals this. Yep, because she's a demon slayer. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it turns out though he has demon shard right in his little inside leg thing. They take it out, they pretty much destroy the thing in the body, they take the jewel shards back that he took. Though it's not all of them. Then when they first encounter Naraku with Kagome, apparently he had a whole boatload of shards. It's rumored he must have had 50 or 60 of them. Yeah, where he got these shards is never shown in the series. Nope. And after this, Naraku is defeated. Yeah, and then we come back to the castle, where it's revealed that the son of the Lord is actually Naraku, possessing him. Why? Because he wanted his own castle. Yep. And it's like, oh, this would be good base operations for me. And this would come into play for next season. That's the whole point of this three-parter. Set up a storyline for next season. Yep. And of course, Shogo herself basically, afterwards starts traveling with them. She's like, okay, I'll travel with you. Just look for the Shokan jewels and kill Naraku for basically killing my family members. And, of course, Moroku, basically, the very next episode does something really pervy. What does he do? He rubs her legs. And she does something by basically pinching his hand. It's like, okay, you're comforting me fine, but do you have to rub my thighs? By the way, he does this the whole series with her. Yeah, he basically touches her, basically like he rubs her back, which she doesn't like, and she just basically does this the whole series until they hook up, which I'll get to more of that when I talk about later on in the series. The final episode of the season is a standalone episode, The Water God, which when they show this thing, like, okay, it's called, let's see. Oh yeah, and also before I get to that one, they do delve into the backstory of the Shukan Jewel. Apparently, it was created by a priestess who was trying to remove a demon from basically biting into her, and she kind of basically tried to seal him, but trying to purify him, but didn't work. And that's what created the Shukan Jewel. There's actually a stalagmite in a cave, which apparently was a representation of her. Oh yeah, it's also kind of revealed that Kalala may have actually been her pet. Yeah, Kalala's backstory is never really delved into the series. Oh yeah, and the flea, he returns. Yeah, first time in a little while. And it's like, huh, I really love this nose. And he goes and Inuyasha basically smacks him. Like, and Moroku's like, who's this guy? He's Miyoga the flea. He's kind of Inuyasha's family's vessel. Yeah. Though he's also a coward. Yeah. And well, it's great that we got a chance to reveal like the backstory of the jewel itself, which was quite nice. And you get that stuff for later. But yeah, they basically find themselves going into a cave, which apparently Miyoga decided to take up their shard Shigan Jewel and of course activists and demon spirits. And well, Miyoga basically gets in trouble for this. He gets chastised for it, but nothing really much dealt with the next episode. Miyoga disappears for the rest of the season. Well, he disappears until for a little while. Yeah, I forgot to check and see before I see which episode they adapted for these particular episodes. The final episode of the season, standalone episode, has nothing to do with finding the shards, the Shukan Jewel. Yep. But I'll get to... Okay, I think that... Now, as far as I can tell from the rest of the season, it pretty much goes straight to, like overall the season covered. Like, these are the chapters it covered. It basically covered the first 78 chapters and 85 to 100. That's as far as it covered in just 27 episodes. In case you're wondering where 79 and 85, what are the adaptation of these chapters? 9 till season 3. Yeah, you have to wait that long to get the adaptation of those chapters. But it's all in all, okay, now as for the final episode of the season, it's just roughly like a standalone episode. It is canon, by the way. Yeah, the whole season's canon. Yeah. Because this season is probably the first one to not have a single canon filler episode. Yes. The first one doesn't come until season 2. With episodes 58 through 59. Actually, it does not come until season 3. Yeah. Yeah. Water God thing. Okay, so they go to this village and they apparently survive the flood. And, okay, so they have to offer a sacrifice to the water god. Like, wait. And basically, English like, wait, this is not typical water god. Yeah, it turns out that this guy is actually an imposter. When you see the guy, he kind of looks like a freaking Romulan. I'm not kidding. He's got pointy ears. Why he looks like this? Because he's a trickster. I mean, who the heck he is? Loki? Yep, and it turns out that the headsman of the village really wanted to basically make sure the sacrifice was on time. Oh yeah, and also this kid was actually not his son, but actually his son's best friend. Yeah. And of course, Inuyasha does take him on the episode, the false water god. Now, it's actually Moroku and Shogu find the real one, and she's a smoking hot woman. She's not a water god, she's a water goddess. And I kind of feel this particular, some of the stuff in this episode is very of Aquaman. Heck, they have a freaking trident in this freaking episode. I'm like, wait, what was the writer of the series ripping off Aquaman? Possibly doing much of Aquaman? Yeah, but it's like in one lake, not a freaking ocean. Yeah, the guy is eventually defeated by Inuyasha after the staff that he has is taken away. He pretty much just slices him right in half. Also, apparently the staff can basically turn off the Tentega, which is quite interesting, the fact it can do that. Yeah, also, Moroku decides to sort of steal some stuff from the village. First, they're given stuff, basically is very good looking stuff like silk, good materials, figure out how to find. Yeah, it's a good thing they probably need this because they probably need to continue to search out the whole country for shards of the Shikan Jewel, and they probably need money for food. So, yeah, pretty good set of episodes. And nice way to end Season 1 for the show. Now, I'm not going to go directly to Season 2 just yet. I'm going to hold off on that because I'm going to briefly do a brief series because it's not very long. It's up with the same writer, so I'm hoping the series won't take me too long to get through this one. Yes, I'm going to do Mermaid Saga. Yep. Yeah, a roughly 30-episode anime with 2 OVAs, which I'll get to those soon later. I'll probably get a chance to review the first episodes for the anime probably tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow at the latest, okay? Produce next view. Bye.